Daily News.
Metal Daily News. Back by popular demand. We're going to cover a couple old items since the Metal Daily News hasn't been very daily lately. And I apologize. Hope you're all doing well. Let's cover the Neil Young Spotify thing. Most of you know how I feel about Spotify. We don't put our music on Spotify, only the singles. Neil Young has said, fuck Spotify, removed his music from them, causing a massive drop in stock value, which warms my heart. Anything to drop Spotify stock value, even though I don't agree with the reasoning behind it. Any time that Spotify can take a hit, I'm just stoked on. And then Joe Rogan kind of gave a bitch out message about how he needs to be more nurturing and listen to all sides, blah, blah, blah. All musicians should join the fight. Pull your fucking music from them. We can only hope that this trend continues. Also, we didn't cover Judas Priest coming out saying they were going to be a 4-piece band. I went on the Metal Voice and we talked about it at length. The big problem that they had is, as usual, the rollout of that message had zero explanation. And when there's zero explanation, the fans will make up their own explanation. And the number one explanation was money. They thought they were too cheap to pay another guitar player. Whether that's true or not, that's what the fans thought. Big backlash. Next thing you know, hey, guess what, guys? We're not going to be a 4-piece. That idea was about as good as Jesse Eisenberg playing Lex Luthor in the Justice League, New Coke flavor, or say Gary Sharon being the singer for Van Halen. That's where that idea ranks amongst bad fucking ideas. Thankfully, they'll listen to their fans. Next step, get KK Downing back in the band. Bruce Dickinson's Iron Maiden said he's not flying the plane anymore. Iron Maiden had it over every band. The frickin' singer jumps in a 747 with all the gear and flies from city to city. You saw Flight 666. You know how badass it is. U2, Queen, none of them can even come close to the fucking badassness that is. He says, oh, no. We're going to be flying, and I'm going to be just in the back. Hey, look, I'm 63. I'm 64 in August, you know. And when you get to 65, if you're an airline pilot, they just take you in the back and shoot you. So I'm going to be sitting in the back and being a backseat driver. Whatever you want to do, bros. The world is your oyster. Look out for Bruce Dickinson's solo album. More insider information. I hear it's going to be a double album. That should be pretty cool. Co-written and produced by Roy Z. Happy birthday, Roy Z, yesterday. In the Come On, Don't Be a Pussy department, Skid Row's Rachel Bolan is recovering from having his appendix removed. 55-year-old bassist was scheduled to play with his bandmates on January 29th at the showroom. He had to pull out of the gig after being diagnosed with appendicitis and undergoing surgery. I mean, Richie Faulkner finishes the set with an aortic dissection. A ruptured appendix? That's like freaking having a paper cut in comparison. Gotta fucking man up, dude. I would have done the show with the ruptured appendix. Papa Roach, speaking of death to false metal, on the new single Stand Up, says we took 3 different music genres and slammed them together. That always works great, doesn't it? I mean, I heard that the same people that reviewed Spinal Tap's album Shark Sandwich and gave it a 2-word review did the same exact review for Papa Roach's new single Stand Up and called it simply Shit Sandwich. That's what happens when you take 3 musical genres and slam them together. That's what you fucking get. Moving right along, Judas Priest. Rob Halford, more Judas Priest news. Rob Halford talked about the new upcoming Judas Priest album. saying it will be filled with extreme thrash metal and speed metal elements and mind-blowing super screams, the likes of which no one has ever heard before. That had me say, oh wait, that's the new Death Dealer EP? Oh shit. Sorry, that's the new Death Dealer EP. He actually said it contains more progressive elements that we really never delved into before ever. Maybe they should stick to one guitar player. I don't know. In the Make Me Barf department, Corey Taylor's wife said she married her bestest friend. This is going to be a long one. The first thing I fell in love with Corey was his mind, she said. He's so well read, he could talk about anything, and his interests are all over the place. And I love that about him. I love his intelligence. I love his ability to write and speak so well. He's extremely articulate. I love that he's a little geeky and a little nerdy, and he loves movies, and he loves music, and he loves sports, and he loves so many things. This is fucking insane. And he's so well-rounded in that aspect. In that aspect. You just named like 5 aspects. So he and I would just talk about anything and everything and just find something. Even if it was something that maybe I wasn't into and he was really into, and he wasn't really into but I was into, and maybe we could still talk about it and find something cool about it with one another. We are best friends. I know everybody says that. It's so cliche. I married my best friend, blah, 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 blah. Fucking kill me now. Horrible story, but I couldn't come back with the Metal Daily News without a Corey Taylor said story. In the non-story department, John Shaffer reportedly cooperating with the feds still. Now, let me tell you, to you metal sucks and blabbermouth people, if you, God forbid, ever get indicted by the federal government, you will be cooperating your fucking ass off, all right? So this non-story that he's still cooperating, I mean, the people that wrote this thing, they're thinking that he's, revealing some Montana militia, Ozark, white supremacy bomb-making facility. But I can promise you that's not happening, okay? And for most of you that want to think that he was planning on overthrowing the government and stealing the nuclear codes that day, maybe he should have packed a sack lunch, because if he was, it was really fucking poor planning. So we shall see how John Shaffer shakes out in the end. I guarantee you his first concert back will be sold out. Remember I said that. And finally, King Diamond posted a couple of videos. One where he said he was playing guitar on an excerpt from the Them album. So I'm conjuring melodies with some invisible guests. He claims that the 2 albums, Abigail and Them, were written on that guitar, but he might be telling a little lie, because sources that I have say he didn't get that guitar till well after those albums. But anyways, King can say whatever he wants to say. Also, he posted a picture of a bunch of stacks of sticky notes next to a lamp on the floor where he said he was working on lyrics for the new album. Sticky notes like paper clipped together in little piles. You might want to try a laptop. I mean, just a suggestion. Somebody should do a spoof video on that. Who is there that could do a spoof video on that would do it justice? Is there anybody there? Who could we get? In the meantime, hit it!